There are stories that connect us to ourselves and to each other. These stories reveal who we are and show us the many vivid colors of our truth. Welcome to Soul Wanderings, where we raise spiritual awareness and foster connections through these shared stories and personal experiences. Now, exclusively on KGRA Digital Broadcasting, your hosts, AJ and Natalie.
Hello, Wanderers, and welcome to Soul Wanderings. I am AJ.
And I'm Natalie.
Hi, Natalie.
Hi, AJ.
It's Wednesday night, and we are here to Soul Wander with our Wanderers. We're so happy to be here.
So happy.
I love Wednesday nights.
Me too.
It's my jam. It's good stuff. I love wandering.
Web, have great conversation.
Yes. All of the above. Sign me up. We are hanging out here on KGRADB.com, your number one paranormal and alternative talk network. Great station to be hosted on.
Mm-hmm.
So lucky. You can learn more about myself and Natalie if you go and visit soulwanderings.com. And we would really love your support if you go and follow us on social media. You can link to all of those platforms directly through soulwanderings.com. Then I don't have to say them all out repeatedly. Plus, if you're watching us on video, our cool producer Chanel has them popping up on screen. Pow, pow. She's awesome. She's on it.
How do we do without her?
I don't know. Let's hopefully never find out.
That's right.
Nope. She cannot go anywhere.
She's stuck with us.
How was your week?
It's nice to be feeling better. And so after like some not feel good time, it's nice to be feeling better.
Yeah.
Although it was a little, my one grief group was kind of heavy, and I'm, full moon going on, people grieving. And so there's that going on too, which is super humbling, but it's also really powerful. I'm really blessed to be able to visit with people in groups, and then the human experience when you get a bunch of humans that are going through similar things that come together in a group. It's really powerful,
right?
What human interaction can do for the healing. And so
we are meant to help each other.
Yes.
Those are the kind of groups that I completely can stand behind. That's what it's all about.
It's so good. Yeah. And yesterday I was with my one group, and I was just impassioned. I was like, oh. So when we get to my nuggets, I'm going to talk about that, because that's part of, I was just speaking with passion at them or to them, maybe not at them, but to them.
With
Sometimes
them.
I get a little bit passionate about time to heal. Sometimes there's some time to heal. And when we are non-humans invited? Sure. Well, sometimes we don't know if non-humans show up.
Yeah, I mean, there are some of us who are definitely in disguise.
That's right.
That was from a comment. People who were listening going, what are you talking about?
Commenting
There's
on
a
the
comment
video.
coming up.
It just comes up on the screen, and then I'm like, oh, there's something to respond to.
Yes. For those of you who want to join into the chat rooms, we are hanging out on Facebook on KGRA Digital Broadcasting. We're also hanging out on rumble.com at KGRA Digital Broadcasting. You can also join in on KGRADB.com for the live stream.
All the places. How's your week been? How about you?
I'm still healing.
Yeah.
But every day is getting better than it was. Just the strength. It's taking a while to get my energy back. I'm so tired. But it's good. It's good. It's allowed me to really slow down and take the pause. My life is full of, I have a few businesses, and I like to go all the time. It makes me happy to be creating and doing. And so it's allowed me time and space, forced me time and space to
Enforced. Your
to like really slow down. And so that's what I've had to do, and just allow my body to just, be in those moments. But I'm not one to sit around.
Mhm.
So I've picked up my creative tools once again. I know some of you know that I create mixed media art, and I've put it away for a minute because, when you're not inspired, you're not inspired. But I've been re-inspired, and I have been creating nonstop like a fool. I just can't stop creating. Like, it's all I think about. I'm at work. I'm like, ooh, when I get home, I'll have 4 hours before bed. I give myself till midnight. And so, yeah, I like that.
You give yourself till midnight?
Yeah, cutoff time, create time needs to be at midnight so I can get at least 6, 7 hours of sleep.
Mm.
6 hours of sleep. I generally wake up around 6.
I was thinking it'd been a while since you'd actually created that much.
Oh my gosh, it's been a hot minute, and I'm on fire. I can't stop. I just love it so much.
I'm excited for you because that's so powerful for you.
It's it's the best medicine for me. Everyone who's been around me is like, "Geez, you're so happy." And I'm like, "I know, right? I love to create. It's my medicine. If I'm not creating, I'm suffocating." And like those who know me when I'm down, they're like, "When's the last time you created
Mhm.
something?" So it's a thing.
Use that creative force that's in you.
Yeah, it's our birthright to have these abilities and gifts, and we should use them, all of us.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's been good. That's been wonderful.
Yeah.
So I think over the weekend, like for 3 days straight, like Saturday night, Sunday, and all day Monday, that's all I did. My studio is a disaster, and I'm happy about it. It's so good.
It's a happy disaster.
It's so good.
I have not come across something that I've like just gotten into that I guess lately. I may have to come across something that would be
Well, if you want to learn something, I can teach you because I know about 37 different hobbies, like
just pick one.
efficiently.
Just pick one.
I have 2 rooms full of all the supplies of hobbies. You won't even need to go to the hobby store.
Just come over to your place and we'll have tea and
Yeah,
create.
that's what we do. I have a really good friend you know of. She comes over, and like literally Monday, it's like 10 a.m. to like 9 p.m. We just listened to audio and video and
create.
created. It was so good.
I think the last creative thing I did was I would go occasionally I go to the senior living places where independent senior living places
Mhm.
and they were doing a craft this when I showed up to do the group and so I just crashed the craft party and they were like mod podging
Mod podging.
so it's
Mod
that
podging.
that putting that on there and so you'd pick these different things and this beautiful woman she was so inspiring to me and I learned so much from her. She's since passed but she was really nervous about doing it and I'm like, look, you can't really screw it up.
Nope.
So I was just picking these different papers and the person that did their activities director was very creative and lovely and so I just sat with them and and I have that like on one of the shelf on my wall this lovely box that I just made pretty. It's
Aw,
got a butterfly on it and it's like something about flying and it's got
that's
little
so good.
jewels around the top and I don't even know what's inside but it's the outside that's like I that would be fun. You have all
I have all that stuff.
all that stuff?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
It's on Monday. I'll just
Bring
show
a
up at
box. You
like
want a Mod Podge, and we'll get it done. Yep. Monday is the day. Tuesdays, Mondays, and Tuesdays.
I could do that. I could
Yeah.
have time on Monday.
Yeah. We'll talk about that after the show. That'll be fun. So tonight we had a scheduled guest who has postponed and will be coming to visit with us in the future.
You were like,
I know,
oh,
very
it
disappointing,
was.
but things happen. I mean,
Yes,
there's
they
all
do.
these ickies going around. So,
Yes, for sure.
we asked our good friend Marty Rawson to join us tonight, and I always get requests to have Marty back. So it was an easy first choice, and he just so happened to be available for us. So tonight, Marty will be joining us probably in about 20 minutes or so, which is
It's exciting.
awesome. And you guys will get to hear more about him and his experiences and his stories. He has a lot of stories.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he likes to talk about all things divine and spiritual and all that good stuff. So thanks for asking him to come back. It's because of you.
We like those requests,
We really do.
which you can call.
Keep them coming.
Yeah, keep them coming. Call us on our Whisper Wednesday voicemail.
How can they do that?
Well, they can. The number is 801-686-8214. I also have like an assignment. I was wondering, because we'd like to hear, I would like listeners to call and leave their favorite affirmation.
Yes,
Like to hear their
Natalie.
affirmations.
Yes.
So then we can share those on
Mm.
air. So I thought, well, I'm going to throw out an assignment and say, call us with your affirmations.
Yeah, and then we'll read
What
them on air.
inspires you?
Yes, that would be so good. Good idea. Like that's one of the ways that we want to use the voicemail. There are other ways, but let's focus on that assignment.
Right?
Is it an assignment?
Well, I mean, use that.
We just want you guys to interact with us.
We
We're
do.
like, be our friend. Call us and talk to us.
It's interesting when I give hope. Rarely, I don't really do that very much, but sometimes my clients, I'm like, you know what? You have homework.
Yeah, that's good. We'll keep you on your toes.
That's right.
I know we're not on YouTube anymore, but I'm really missing it because all the people who listen to Soul Wanderings used to hang out in YouTube and like all this chat going on. And I don't know where y'all are at, but I miss you. I miss your chats. So come to rumble.com and be chatty with us there. Oh, or Facebook. We have some friends on Facebook too. Thanks you guys for pitching in and saying hello. So what is your nugget for the week?
Well, so I was so I know I've said this before. I'm working a lot with grief, and that's where my my regular group meetings are grief group meetings. And so this came up in the grief arena, but I'm going to expand it for my nugget. That there are times where we must consciously choose to live. And so in regards to what I was,
Oh my goodness.
it's a conscious living.
Oh, that's just crazy that you brought that up. I'm listening to Alan Watts this morning.
Oh, tell me. I love me some Alan Watts.
Right?
I'm going to have to binge some more Alan Watts.
So the one I'm listening to is Out of Your Mind. And it's like, I don't know, it's like 13, 15 hours of just all of the like these little talks, not in full, but like the best parts of all of his talks.
Okay.
So there's one right after another. And this morning, that is what it was about.
About conscious living.
He didn't necessarily say conscious living, but choosing to be here and live.
Right.
Yeah, because he was actually talking about suicide. And if you want to take your own life, take your own life, he said.
Well, there's some people that actually kind of take their own life, but they still are alive. Like they just are not like getting into life. And so there's throughout
they're using alternatives to live.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so often doing like choosing life and means that you've got to do some difficult things, that there may be some hard things. There may be some things that you're putting off dealing with that you've got to take care of. And and there's times where we just have to push ourselves. And I'm not a huge one about setting goals and things like that, but they're beneficial. It's just me personally. I think it's just because I don't always have the follow through. So I keep myself off the hook.
Yeah, so you don't let yourself down
Right.
or beat yourself up.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's times where you just have to, like, pull yourself into life and say, "Okay, consciously, I'm going to
Mhm.
take care of some things. I wanna, like, book a vacation, or I wanna travel, or I wanna go and do something fun, or
Mhm.
I'm gonna go and craft because that would be fun and enjoyable." So, things like that. So
It's therapeutic.
yes. There's been some times where I'm like, "Okay, I'm very much a worker." And so I'm blessed to have a job that I enjoy doing, so it doesn't even feel like a job. In fact,
Mhm.
it's weird to call it what I do a job, but
Right.
because it's just so I never, like, feel concerned or anything, like, it's not hard to go and meet with clients and do the work that I do. It's not hard for me, but there's often times when my schedule's full of those types of things versus fun and
Mhm.
play.
Yeah. It's so good to have the balance, right? And
It
that's where I
is.
feel like I found myself, like, um, turning my passion into a job,
Mm,
and it burns me out when I'm in that space. And
right.
when I create, it brings me back to, "Oh, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because 'Cause I'm not just creating a project, like, I'm in my head, like, thinking about things, and I'm in my heart feeling about things, and
Mhm.
so there's a lot going on in there while I'm creating. When I say it's therapy, it really is. But but you're right, as far as, like, you have the opportunity to decide how you're going to live your life consciously or unconsciously,
Yes,
and it does affect
right.
your quality of living.
I mean, we can, our bodies just keep going in this world, so we can just keep going, but are you sleepwalking, or are you enjoying it? Are you making memories? Are you
Right. What's your take on, people who are living life through, filters? Like, just like drugs and alcohol, it would be a good way to put it.
um my heart goes I've, in my own personal experience, been around addiction, and it can be, I usually call it like a slippery slope, and
Mhm.
so then you kind of build these habits, and which can include the drugs and alcohol, and even in my own life, I've done that. Um, a lot of times it's, um, I see unprocessed grief or unprocessed trauma
Mhm.
as kind of behind all that.
Mhm.
And, now there's some times where things that people can go through that can go, "Okay, I just need to see this through a blurry something or other because I don't wanna confront it." But also in my experience, when you do what we would call the work and you face forward and cle you kind of get, into acceptance that all things in life are for you, all things in life. Now, I know that's a big step for depending on what that is, but all things in life happen. This
Mhm.
is school. We come here, we learn, we grow, we expand. And so, I have found that when you move beyond like drugs and alcohol or filters, then you start to see there's different colors, like life becomes brighter. Um, you move into different areas, and
Mhm.
it's worth the work. Really
Oh,
is.
yeah,
Not
absolutely.
to mention it saves a whole bunch of money
That too.
that you
Yes.
could just funnel elsewhere.
Right. Yeah, that also, definitely.
I do. So I do remember listening to a show one time that had this demonologist. So I think about this often with specifically with substances. And this demonologist said, look, when you ingest like alcohol, specifically he was talking about, it's like leaving your auric field like Swiss cheese, and then the demons come in. And he was talking about how the demons wanna stir people up, and they kinda shake them, and then they like, or a demon might be a sign like angels are just assigned a certain amount of people. Demons have a certain amount of people, and they just like pull their pot from the back to the front and turn up the fire, and people get
Right.
agitated and irritated and wound up, and it's just, don't let them
Right.
get in.
What are your feelings, because we're on this topic? It's just interesting to me. You talk about when you consume alcohol, how your aura becomes Swiss cheese and the demons can come and go, however that looks like.
Right.
What about if you just really enjoy a drink every now and then and you go in with the intention and the protection in mind? Like, we have a good friend who does that.
Right.
She'll make a conscious choice before she drinks of what that's going to look like and what the intention is behind that. What are your feelings on that?
So intentional living is very powerful.
Mhm.
The intention that you do something with. I heard someone say one time, don't drink when you're sad. Just don't do it, because it's this combination. And so that's powerful when you bless it. And the alcohol, I'm not like anti-alcohol, but there's definitely to monitor the environment that you're in, or the reasons why, or the amount of it. And it can be, I've had plenty of my own time. And I don't know that it's always the demons get in, but there is that chance. So I do feel intention, how you are intending in life, and mind the mental space, because our thoughts are really powerful as far as like wherever your attention goes. So the mental space, wherever that goes, energy is flowing all the time, and our intentions and our mental space direct that energy.
Right.
And so that's a it's a thing.
It's just curious. I was curious. I mean, because I like to have a drink every now and then,
Oh yes.
but I also am not like one to get anymore.
Anymore.
Back in the day.
We've had some fun. I have too.
Well, it's just all very interesting, and I like to hear other people's perspectives. Thank you for sharing yours.
You're welcome.
But conscious living, it's a thing.
Conscious living.
Thank you for sharing that nugget.
You're welcome.
That's something I'm going to take with me throughout the next week. I get to do some conscious living. I'm going to take a little break from everything, and I'm really excited about it.
Yay.
Yeah. Yay. So, like I said, we are going to be bringing Marty Rawson on the show here just after the break. He's been on the show a few times. Everyone's pretty familiar. If you've been around Soul Wanderings, you've all really enjoyed in the chat room, shared your excitement when he's on. You've also even emailed me and asked me to have him back. He's the author of It Doesn't Have to Be This Way, which was written with the intent to empower you and inspire you to have your own personal experiences with the divine. It is a beautiful book. I haven't read it beginning to end. I read all the middles though.
All the middles.
Well, because I'm not one to read books from like start to finish. I flip open a book, read what's going on there. But a lot of it is his own personal journey story. But it also has a lot of like tools for you to learn, like different modalities and different practices and things like that, which I just thought was really neat that he included all that. I was going to bring a copy today, but I'm sure he'll have one to share with us.
He probably will.
I just have mine all highlighted and stuff, but we'll try to remember. We know how my brain works. Either way, he'll have plenty to share with us, and he is great for conversation, and he is a dear friend of all of ours.
Oh yes, I love every time I get to see him. Just
Yeah.
like, hey,
I actually
Marty.
wore this today. I call it my Marty sweater.
Oh.
It's actually like a cardigan, but it reminds me of Marty because he always has these kind of patterns and warm, cozy sweaters. And when you hug him, it's like a teddy bear hug with like this warm, fuzzy sweater. So yeah, I wore my Marty sweater for Marty. for Marty's appearance today.
Like, oh,
It's so good. I hope you all stay close because when we get back, we'll be having Marty join us and we'll be having some fantastic conversation.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Did you know 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated? If you struggle with focus, run low on energy, or when it's time to finally sleep, you simply can't, this can all be linked to dehydration, and Fuel Up has the answer. Our proprietary formula contains the finest cellular hydration with the strongest immune-enhancing natural ingredients. The Fuel Up system is made up of 3 different incredibly tasting varieties. Wake kickstarts your day with a jolt of caffeine. Play boosts focus while hydrating your cells. Rest not only helps you relax, but also rejuvenates your cells while you sleep. Here's what our clients have to say.
I really don't miss my coffee, and you can tell the difference.
So I'm going to take it for the energy. I'm going to take it for the play. I'm going to take it, all day.
And it works. That's the thing. It works. We love it.
Take the Fuel Up Challenge now, where we offer a Feel the Difference money-back guarantee. Fuel Up for life.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected. Only at kgradb.com.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Soul Wanderings. I am AJ.
And I'm Natalie.
And we are your hosts of Soul Wanderings, hosted here on KGRA Digital Broadcasting. We hope you are joining us here on kgradb.com or KGRA Digital Broadcasting Rumble or Facebook pages. You can ask your questions in chat. You can make comments or whatever that looks like. Say hello. We love to know that you're there having to listen. If you're finding this on a replay, visit us at soulwanderings.com to learn more about us and the show.
Right.
So we are going to be bringing on our very near and dear Marty Rawson to hang out with us tonight.
Look, there he is.
Marty!
Hello. Oh my gosh.
We have you in studio, but this is fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Marty's an ordained minister of the Universal Life Church and an Ayurvedic practitioner, and he is certified in advanced EMP balancing, a level 5 facilitator of the Melchizedek method, and a Holy Fire 3 Karuna Reiki master. And he's also the author of It Doesn't Have to Be This Way, which is a fantastic book, isn't it, Marty?
Well, I like to think so. I want to thank you both for having me on, And I want the audience to know that these two ladies are just as lovely 24/7 as they appear on the show. They are for real, and they're two of my favorite humans on the planet. I love you both, and you make my heart sing and my soul dance.
Thank you,
Aw.
Marty. We feel the same about you.
Yes, we do.
We were
All
so
right.
excited that you accepted the invitation. We had talked about it before. It came sooner than later, which is awesome. But
Yeah. So,
I don't know if you heard, but I wore my Marty sweater. I call this my Marty sweater.
Yeah, I did hear that, and I feel very honored. Yes.
I don't
Yes,
always
indeed.
name my clothes, but when I do, there's good reason.
All right. All right. Yeah, the two of you together is just this is better than Christmas.
Ah,
So, you know.
I'm definitely having fun co-hosting
Oh, I
every
bet
week
you are. You're the
too.
perfect choice.
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Marty.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, when I told Marty I'm gonna have a new co-host, he was like, "Who is it?" And I said, I can't say yet. And he goes, "Well, can I guess?" And right away, is it Natalie?
Be like,
Because
well,
Natalie would be a really good co-host.
yeah. Yep.
Natalie is a great co-host, and with regular visits from you, dear friend, the show's just bound to be spectacular every time.
that's right.
All right. Yeah, we've got a lot of exciting things that have been going on lately and happening.
Yes, please do
And
share everything that you feel is important for the
oh,
people to know, because
And
that is what you do, and you are good at it.
and go.
Ready, set, we're ready. So,
okay. Well, one of the biggest things is that I have been invited to give a 2-day seminar in August in Australia.
Woohoo.
And yeah, and I'm really excited about that. That's going to be a starseed gathering in August, and it's going to be at Perigian Beach, which is right there on the Sunshine Coast. And so I'm really
not a bad
excited about
gig,
that.
Marty.
What's that?
Not a bad gig.
No. I'm really excited about that. That's Australia is one of my dream destinations. So this is really, really exciting. So
Yeah, the universe just says, okay, well, we'll help you fulfill your dream, huh?
yeah, I like that. So
And so it shall be.
yeah, so
And what will you be doing there, Marty? Why are they having you as a guest?
well, this was some wonderful people that have heard me on a few podcasts and also bought my book. And I've noticed that one of the things that most people seem to be zeroing in on when they read my book is the Star Nation information. And because of the US government actually admitting that a lot of these craft in the skies are not ours, and some of the other disclosures that have taken place routinely, but over the last couple of years, this is actually starting to be more and more accepted as something that, okay, yeah, this is real. This isn't just people maybe having too much to drink or whatever, So with that, more and more people are actually trying to take it serious and try to learn about it.
Mm-hmm.
And the one aspect that I want to share with people is that the Star Nations are way more advanced than we are. The vast majority of them are working in the light. And so the fear that a lot of people have is really unnecessary. There's a very small percentage of the Star Nations that have the mentality that humans do. Okay. We are the ones that seem to want to conquer and dominate and use fear and all of this stuff. They're all working in the love and the light because
They're higher vibrational.
yeah, the farther away from the light that you get, the more painful your life becomes. Closer you get back into the light and the love, the better and more pleasant and more loving your life is. And that's a universal law. And so with these other star nations having millions of years ahead of us, they learned a long time ago to stop hitting their thumb with a hammer. Let's go where it's nicer. And we are the only ones that seem to be having a hard time learning that lesson. And so that's what we hope to do, is to help humanity to wake up to that lesson and actually embrace who they are.
Marty, when you say star nations, who are you referring to?
Well, I'm actually referring to anyone that is visiting, or well, they don't even have to be visiting Earth, but in particular, the ones that I am familiar with and have worked with would be the Arcturians, the Pleiadians, the Syrians, the Hathors, the Orions. Had one drop in from Tau Ceti here not too long ago. I actually did some energy work on me during a Reiki session.
I've never. From where?
From Tau Ceti. It's
okay,
actually
that's new to me.
Yeah, it's actually a star with planets not very far from us. I think about 11 light years away. And yeah, it was really funny because when I saw him in my mind's eye, it took me a second, and then I realized, oh my gosh, I've known you for a long time. Thank you. I appreciate the help. And he was kind of chastising me for not getting Reiki done on myself, even though I teach it. And so he seemed to think I need to receive as well as give. So,
Sounds pretty valid.
Yeah, it does. I couldn't argue. So, but yeah, there's also the Lyrans and the Vegans. Okay. So there's a host of incredible beings of light that are all around us. The Hathors and the Arcturians have been involved, as well as the Pleiadians and Syrians, have been intimately involved in assisting and protecting Earth and humanity for tens of thousands of years. And so we don't need to fear them. We need to thank them, because we probably wouldn't have survived without their assistance.
Right. And we're taught to fear them.
Yeah.
Our government, and because we don't know much about them. And
Yeah.
mostly it's just easy to fear the unknown, right?
Yeah. The only ones that I would have any reservations about are the ones that are actually working with our government. Because I can't say that I really trust all of the politicians, and,
is it a mixture of different beings that are working with our government, or one specific form?
To the best of my knowledge, there might be a few different types, but for the most part, and I hate to even kind of go here, but there is kind of a rogue branch of some of the Zeta Reticuli that have not progressed much farther than we have. Maybe they've gotten farther in technology than we have, but as far as emotional growth and stuff, they're really not that far ahead of us. And so they're about the only ones. Those are the grays that everybody talks about. And the reason I'm hesitant to even bring that up is for the simple reason that there are many, many types of Zeta Reticuli beings. There are the tall whites, the short grays, and all of these, and many of them are working in the light. So you can't just say that all grays are negative or all grays are, they're kind of like humans in that way. We got really good ones, and we got a few that you probably don't want to invite to dinner, so so yeah, so it's kind of like that. But for the most part, I've just set my intention to only work with beings of light, whether that be the angelic realm, the ascended masters, or the star nations. And one of the major messages that I would like to get out to people is quit thinking like a human.
Well, how does one human quit thinking like a human?
Well, you concentrate more on who you really are. And the reason that I say quit thinking like a human is because we have been given a description of this world and a description of our past, taught certain things, told to believe certain things. And as you well know, in this journey to find yourself and to realize who you really are, it's more about taking away the things that you've been taught that aren't true. It's not about finding yourself because you were lost. It's about getting rid of the baggage that you've picked up along the way to remember that beautiful being of light that came in. Mm-hmm. And that's who you really are. You are an aspect of the Creator. And as such, you have divine will. You have the authority to set your boundaries and set your intent and choose what you will have in your life and what you will not. And that free will was granted by the Creator. So it's pretty much a universal law, and nobody can really violate that, So
you keep bringing up universal law, Marty. What are you referring to when you say universal law? What are the laws? Like, where do they come from?
Okay, the best synopsis of the universal laws come from a book by Norma Milanovic, which is The Light Shall Set You Free. And I highly recommend that for everybody. And she has the 12 universal laws laid out and explained in there better than anywhere else I've ever seen. And every one of these universal laws are actually covering the laws of how energy works, because absolutely everything is energy. Mm-hmm. Matter is simply frozen energy. So if you want to understand how the multi-dimensional multiverse works, you have to think in terms of energy and frequency. Okay, that's how everything works. And it doesn't matter what it is, and it doesn't matter which dimension you're in. So the universal laws, the law of attraction is one of the universal laws. Mm-hmm. That which is like unto itself is drawn. Okay.
That seems to be the most popular one, if you will.
Yeah. And the fact that everything vibrates is another one. Okay. The law of vibration. The law of transmutation, which is simply states that a higher vibrational frequency will transmute a lower vibrational frequency. And you might, you can prove this on a piano, and you can prove this with our emotions. You can prove it in almost any way you want to do it, in the physical world, and mentally, emotionally, and with energy itself. So
if you remember,
right,
the part that's like, oh wait,
right.
I can transmute this? You mean I don't have to be
right
dense and heavy and sad?
Yeah. So it's there's 12 universal laws, and then there's quite a few sub laws that I won't go into at all right now, but they're basically the way that humans can work with the universal laws. But if you really want the user's manual to the universe, go study the universal laws. It will help you to understand how this all works and how the laws relate to one another.
When you
And
say how this all works, what are you referring to?
this multi-dimensional, multi-universe. Okay. All that is.
I've sometimes heard it like referred to as the materium.
Okay.
Is that something that you've heard, like this matter, this world, this earth?
Well, I'm talking about way beyond that. I'm talking about everything from the first dimension through the highest dimension that you can think of. Okay. And, or even ones that we can't even comprehend. Okay. Absolutely everything is energy. It's living conscious energy.
Right.
And it has refracted into countless individualized awarenesses throughout all of the dimensions. And the sum total of all of that consciousness is what we call God. And that is the one mind that is in the universe and in the multiverses. It's one mind. And that's what unity consciousness is. When you attain unity consciousness, you become one with the mind of God, with the unity of all that is. And that is your destiny. That is also universal law, because everything that goes out, everything goes in a circle, and everything that goes out must return to source. And that includes you. The question is, how long do you want it to take? How far out into the dark do you want to travel? And how painful must your lessons be before you learn that it's probably time to go back the other way? You know, and
it took me too long.
yeah. I got a lot of scars, but I did learn eventually, you know, and so now I'm running headlong back into the light, you know, and I stumble, but don't we all?
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I did want to talk about is, and it's right along these same lines, and that is, why don't some people cross over? When after the physical body dies, why is it that some people get stuck and some people just go straight into the light? Okay, have you ever thought about that?
Well, we've had some guests that have talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think about it on the regular, but because it's been brought up recently because of your class, I was wondering how exactly would that conversation go? Like, how would we even know that?
How would we know
why people don't cross?
Yeah.
Well, because we are standing on the shoulders of the giants who have went before us. Okay. And there has been many great masters that have walked before us and handed us down a lot of information. One of the things that I would like to point out, and this is the perfect place to do it, is that I've heard people say, well, we can't know this and we can't know that. Okay. Be careful what boundaries you set for yourself, because you create your reality, absolutely. Mm-hmm. And if you decide that you can't know something, then you're right. You can't. That doesn't mean that somebody else can't. Okay. That means that you've placed that boundary there for yourself. Okay. You are actually a beautiful being of light who volunteered to come down here and put on a meat suit and join the party, having amnesia, but you knew you knew that you were advanced enough to be drawn to the spiritual aspects so that you could make contact with your brothers and sisters that are still home in the higher dimensions. Okay. So you really came here for that purpose, and that is who you are. So when I say quit thinking like a human, I mean, understand that you're actually a being of light that came here. And I know the two of you are very advanced souls. You exude love, you exude light. Okay. You are doing exactly what you're supposed to do in a very beautiful fashion. And that right there is proof. Okay. So I want everybody to embrace the light, embrace their own light, stand up and make that connection with the divine so that you can have a better, happier life. Okay. What happens is that when we come into this world and as children, we are still trying to figure out how things work. And as we go along, we get certain lessons and certain things happen to us. And pretty soon we go, oh, I get it. That's how this works. And you form a belief. And that belief ends up being what you concentrate on because you see this happen again and you go, oh, this is like that last incident. And so the universe starts bringing you what you are concentrating on, and it reinforces your beliefs. Okay?
There's the universal law of attraction right there.
Yeah, right there. So when you do this and you do it with something that, shall I say, hurts. Okay. I don't really want to say a negative thing, but let's say that it's something that is painful and it has a lesson for you. All right. Oftentimes it takes us several times to learn that lesson. And so what we do as these experiences happen is we have negative emotions, okay, of fear, of grief, of mourning, of whatever it is, okay? Well, every emotion that you have corresponds to one of your 7 major chakras. And as you have these emotions, that energy that you are stuffing inside of you, because this is what we do. We're not taught to process our emotions in a healthy way. We stuff our emotions down. And you ladies are really bad about that. And I'm going to tell you, quit it because you're harming yourself. Okay. And you don't deserve that.
Are you just talking about females in general or us two
I
specifically?
thought we were emotional beings.
You are. There is that part.
Hey, it's National Women's Day.
Right.
It is.
Nice
It
to
is.
us.
And I'm talking to all women out there.
No.
Okay.
No, it's true. I think that
it isn't just women that are emotional. It is men as well. But you ladies have a habit of just grinning and bearing it and just stuff it in because nobody's going to listen to you anyway. Okay. I mean, there's all of this stuff that at least what I have seen, this is the way it seems to work. And so pretty soon you might not be feeling so good about your life in general, which is going to affect your first chakra. If you are subjected to any molestation or anything like that, then that's going to severely affect your second chakra. And all of that is also going to affect your third chakra. The first 3 chakras cover human life. Okay. You have to get into the heart before you start to get into the love and the higher levels of your being, of who you are. And so what happens is when people get really super depressed, their first chakra is really clogged up. Okay. And if you don't get that cleared out, then you're going to start developing illnesses. Okay. The same thing with the second and third. So what happens is some people get attached to various things. We have people that are obsessed with power and dominion and control of other people. We have some people that are obsessed with greed, some people that are obsessed with sex, some people that are obsessed with dominating other people, whatever the case may be. If that is where your awareness is, and that is where your consciousness is, and that is literally where your focus is, what do you think is where you're not going to go anywhere else when you die, because your consciousness isn't suddenly just illuminated into unity consciousness. You take with you the consciousness that you have. So you have to actually heal your life as you go and get over these addictions, these obsessions, these things that keep you attached to this physical world, okay? Because that level of attachment almost always leads to negative behavior that harms others. And that harms you again. So what we really want to do is try to heal our own lives as we are going through this process, and really understand the level of power that you have as an individual, because you are an aspect of the Creator. Therefore, the universal laws have to obey you. Now, you might not be doing it consciously, but you're still going to get the end result. Okay. So
that's where we go back to conscious living, which we were talking about before you joined us.
Yeah. So it all comes right straight back to it.
Right. Marty, I'm going to have to take a quick break here. So we can have a word from our sponsor. So remember where you're at, and we'll get right back to it when we return. Stay close.
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Did you know 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated? If you struggle with focus, run low on energy, or when it's time to finally sleep, you simply can't, this can all be linked to dehydration, and Fuel Up has the answer. Our proprietary formula contains the finest cellular hydration with the strongest immune-enhancing natural ingredients. The Fuel Up system is made up of 3 different incredibly tasting varieties. Wake kickstarts your day with a jolt of caffeine. Play boosts focus while hydrating your cells. Rest not only helps you relax, but also rejuvenates your cells while you sleep. Here's what our clients have to say.
I really don't miss my coffee, and you can tell the difference.
So I'm going to take it for the energy. I'm going to take it for the play. I'm going to take it, all day.
And it works. That's the thing. It works. We love it.
Take the Fuel Up Challenge now, where we offer a Feel the Difference money-back guarantee. Fuel Up for life.
You're listening to the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. We provide unparalleled coverage of trending news in the world of ufology, cryptozoology, and paranormal phenomenon. Whether you're watching our video live stream or listening to one of our audio programs, you are getting the best from world-renowned researchers and hosts, guiding you through topics the mainstream won't touch. Miss one of your favorite programs? No problem. Head over to the members area at kgradb.com for access to our massive library of award-winning content. Make contact, stay connected. Only at kgradb.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Soul Wanderings with AJ and Natalie. We are hanging out with our dear friend Marty Rawson tonight. But before we continue our visit with him, we want to make sure that you know how you can become a member of KGRA Digital Broadcasting. So go and visit kgradb.com. If you head over to the shows and host option and go to Wednesday and scroll down to Soul Wanderings, you know, your favorite Wednesday show.
Absolutely.
There are 3 buttons at the top of our page where you can gain membership access, where you can do a 7-day trial period. You could subscribe annually or monthly and be able to use a 30% off discount code that will support our show as well as the station. And they're all very affordable ways for you to become a member to support the station and Soul Wanderings. And we really appreciate all of you who are members currently and who will be joining us shortly.
That's right. Get
We
on that. That's on
couldn't
the
be
to-do
here
list.
without all of you.
No.
Thank you. Thank you. Tonight we are hanging out with Marty Rawson, and he is the author of It Doesn't Have to Be This Way, which was written with the intent to empower you and inspire you to have your own personal experiences with the divine. It's a thick book. It's informative. It has Marty's journey story as well as a lot of other tools and information for you to connect to the divine and to have a conscious living experience.
Conscious living.
That's right.
Yes. Hi, Marty. Welcome back.
Hello. All right.
I hope you remember where we were.
Yeah, I do. I wanted to mention very briefly the sacred truths of the first 3 chakras. Okay, the sacred truth of the first chakra is literally all is one. Okay, that is your tribal chakra. The sacred truth of the second chakra is honor one another. This deals with your relationships. And the sacred truth of the third chakra is honor oneself. And that's your personal power.
Okay, so I'm curious. So your first, second, and third, but tell me the other names they're generally known by, because I'm like, that's the root and the...
Okay, yeah, the first chakra is the root chakra.
Okay.
The second chakra is the sacral. The third chakra is the solar plexus.
All right.
Okay.
So the truth for the third chakra is what again?
Honor oneself.
Honor oneself.
Yeah. Now,
Marty, do you have that information in your book?
I believe I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the reason that I bring this up is because when you really start understanding what these sacred truths mean, you realize that they're a double-edged sword. Okay. And the first chakra really isn't as dynamic as the others as far as double-edged goes. But if you suffer betrayal from your family as a child, that's going to really harm your concept of unity and your sense of belonging. Okay. And that's going to have a very hard impact on you. So you really do have to work on healing that. But when I say honor one another, it isn't just a matter of you honoring others. It is also setting boundaries, healthy boundaries, so that they don't dishonor you. Okay. And when you honor yourself,
honoring of yourself.
Yeah. And so these do kind of overlap one another, and you do have to honor yourself, and that goes right into the third chakra. Okay. So when you go through life and all of these things happen to you, what we are not good at is teaching our children how to deal with their emotions in a healthy way.
Well, you can't teach what you don't do.
Right. Amen. our entire society needs to learn this, and that's it's amazing to me how we have gone so long and have not even thought about teaching our children how to process things in a better, healthier way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I'm trying to do with my grandchildren, because I really want them to grow up to be healthy, well-balanced adults that don't have to go through a crisis when they're in their mid-30s, and we see so many people that end up doing that. And that's because all of these feelings buried alive are still eating at them. And so, there's just ways that we could change our society that would be much wiser. And, we try to go into some of that in the book. But what I wanted to talk about right here was that one of the main things that humans have a problem with is forgiveness and holding on to anger. And those of us that are of a pitta dosha have a even harder time than the other two major body types. And that can really, really hold you back. And one of the things, and I know that you ladies know this, but I want everybody to really think about this that's listening. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is for yourself. How long do you want to carry around that poison that is poisoning you? How long do you want to pack that around and continually hurt yourself? It's about releasing it, letting it go.
Mm-hmm.
And that doesn't mean that you don't even have to tell them that you've forgiven them. It's not about them at all.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose to have a relationship with them later, that's totally up to you on an individual basis. But the fact of the matter is that it's about you. What poisons are you storing in your body through emotions that is harming you and lowering your vibrational frequency? And so you really do need to work on forgiving and trying to learn those lessons. Okay. And that's really the way to heal the past, is find out what the lesson was that you didn't learn. Because anytime that you have emotional baggage from something that happened in the past, I guarantee you didn't learn the lesson yet. When you do learn the lesson, you're going to have that epiphany. You're going to have that moment of, oh my gosh, that's what I was supposed to learn. And when you have that epiphany and you realize what the lesson is, your soul grows and you get a chill. You get this incredible, oh my gosh, I finally learned my lesson. I don't have to repeat this again. Okay. And so you take that with you forever. And then you can process the emotions and you can cry if you have to, do whatever you need to let that emotion out. Finally, release it, let it go. Then you can say, thank you. Okay. You have served me, but I no longer need you. I release you with gratitude. See you, bye. Okay.
See you, bye.
See you, bye. That's what I always say. See you, bye.
Yeah. And
forgiveness is one of my favorite topics. I really, really love everything.
Yeah. And
around the topic of forgiveness.
I don't know anybody on this planet who doesn't have somebody to forgive. And I didn't mean to interrupt you, Natalie.
Oh, I was just saying it's sort of freedom. I mean, it's definitely freedom when you go through a forgiveness thing.
It is. It is.
I mean, if there are people that go around and realize that there's nothing ever to forgive because everything is of God and everything is on point and it's all here for this experience of it. And when you have that sort of framework, there really isn't a need for this forgiveness exercise, because you just move through it differently without a bunch of packing those emotions in to the body.
I couldn't agree more. But I have noticed that even though I know that to be true, yeah, I still am working on forgiveness on a few things, So steps. We're gonna keep on taking those steps and keep on working on it, and that's all we can do. And as long as you're working on that, you're going in the right direction.
Right.
The one of the other things that I wanted to mention is doubt. Okay. And doubt is actually a form of fear. And we don't recognize it as a form of fear because it is so subtle. It doesn't feel like fear, but it can paralyze you just as much as any other fear can. And so when you are going through your life and you are starting to have self doubts, okay, just recognize that as a subtle form of fear and realize that with just a little bit of light and love, you can push that fear aside, let it go hide behind a rock somewhere, and
Go hide
and
behind a rock.
yeah, and live your life. Do what you need to do. Okay, so I had an aunt who, and I do tell this story in the book. She crossed over, and because of some of the issues in her life, she found herself stuck. And she was a wonderful lady. She wasn't a bad person at all. I mean, good Lord, she was awesome. But because of her beliefs, her thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions, she had some serious beliefs that held her back. And when we found out that she was stuck, we went and assisted her and helped her go up into the light and everything. And it was one of the most beautiful experiences I've ever had. But it really brought to my attention that even wonderful people can get stuck if they have firm enough beliefs that will hold them back.
Marty, I have a question for you because
Okay.
I'm seeing comments in the chat room about how people tend to hold on to anger or they find it hard to forgive. So, what are some ways that you would recommend to them on letting go of that anger and healing that anger and learning the art of forgiveness? Like, where could they start?
Oh, Lord. Well, the best way that I know of, and this is just to start because as you notice, everything in life goes in a circle as it spirals up. And so you're going to come around and revisit these things periodically. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the subjects are. They're going to come around, and hopefully they'll be less painful as things go on. But I would have to say that if you have something that you don't know the lesson of, because those are the ones that are really painful, because you see no value in them. You just have pain from what, in your understanding, in your perception, this person or those people did to you. Okay, so something like that. And I'm not saying that it's not valid to feel that way, but how about if you take it from a different perspective and say, you know what? I am actually a being of light. And before I came into this life, I wrote this script. I cast the players. I take responsibility for setting up the lessons that I'm going to have in my life for my soul's highest growth. I'm going to take responsibility for that. That puts me back in the driver's seat. Okay. Then when I come across this issue that is so agonizing and everything, I can sit there and I go into my head and I look at it. Why would I do this to myself? Why would I put this in my path? What lesson could there possibly be? And it might take you months. It might take you a day or two. Nobody can tell that. Only you will know. But when you find the real reason for that life lesson, you're going to have that epiphany that I talked about. And it's going to be that aha moment that you go, oh, I've got it. I understand what that was. And you will feel yourself expand and grow, and your understanding of all of it will just explode. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And once you do that, then you take your head off, put it under your arm, okay, and get into your heart, because you have been stuffing repressed emotions into your body, into these different chakras and everything. And I say go into your heart for the simple reason that I want you to feel. I want you to release those emotions that have been stored and crammed down there and pushed down. Okay. I want you to actually feel them. And yeah, there probably will be crying. If you need to grab a broom and beat the pillows on your bed, okay? Whatever.
I haven't done that, but that sounds exhilarating.
Grab
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. Whatever you need to do to get your anger out, or
I'll tell people to, once a thing with anger is get a bag of ice or a chunk of ice. If you get a bag of ice, throwing ice, it shatters like glass. So it's lovely because it also melts. Or you just wail on a block of ice with a hammer.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
That's
one
of my
I want to do
recommendations about
that.
anger. It's
And-
like,
I mean, I never get that angry, but anymore. But that does sound like just fun, just because.
And that's all beautiful. You need to release that and let it go.
Yeah.
And then you will feel better. You will feel lighter. You will feel better than you have for probably as long as you can remember since this issue happened. Because
one thing that I even will tell people, as far as, so along these lines of releasing emotion, since I talk about this often, I'm just gonna add to this what you're talking about, Marty. There is nothing like a good old adult temper tantrum. Throw yourself back on your bed, wail your arms, scream and yell, really kick your feet, kick your arms.
Yeah.
No, a good old-fashioned temper tantrum.
Mm-hmm.
And I promise you that you will feel something leave you.
Yeah.
Through that experience.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Amen. Yeah. Okay. We are in the emotional university of the universe. That's why everybody wants to come to Earth, because you can get comparatively 1 million years worth of growth out of one lifetime here.
Oh, wow.
This is the emotional university. Okay. So it's not supposed to be easy. This is the master's class.
Messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
master class. I like that.
So we have to learn to process our emotions in a healthy way. And you don't do that by stuffing them. You do that by experiencing them, be with them for a minute, honor them, and then release them. And most of all, do no harm. And as long as you can process your emotions and process through them without doing any harm, you're golden. And you will have really helped yourself and helped your family and helped, everybody who contacts you in the future. So
do it for everyone else and yourself.
Yes. So in my book, I refer to that process as healing the past, because people say that you can't change the past. And I say, yes, you can. Okay. Because the past is nothing but the memories you have and the emotions that are attached to them. And once you change your perceptions of those memories, you can change your emotions about those memories, and you can change the past.
Yeah.
Okay. So
it's like changing the vibration of the past.
Yeah.
Because the experience has already occurred. You can't literally change it. You can change the energy around it.
Well, all you're really worried about is changing your reaction to it.
Your current reaction, the now reaction.
the now reaction and going forward. That's all you can, that's right now is all you really have.
Exactly.
Right. So I'm not worried about what I did in the past. That was in the past. That's downriver somewhere. Okay. But, and
I feel
when you,
bad forever wherever my river leads to. Sorry, whoever's on the downstream of that.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, anyway, good Lord, now I
Leave
lost
it to me to make it funny out of something serious.
No, that's awesome.
Although you might be a
It
little
was
bit
getting too heavy.
like
all right.
Marty's like,
So-
oh my goodness, Ager.
No, that
I
was
mean, that's just a description of how laughter lightens up things. Even laughing actually can move so much energy.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah.
why I try to be inappropriate as
Well,
possible.
I believe that laughter is one of the few human emotions that actually reaches into the higher dimensions, because that's when you're never more honest than when you're laughing about something.
And we're
When
meant
you're
to
really,
be here to experience joy.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I sometimes will quote Monsters Inc. There's so much wisdom in Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
There is.
Because
is.
you have this cartoon, and then they go from like trapping screams to
Okay.
trapping laughter, and laughter is so much more powerful. By the end of the show, what they're doing is they're just making the kids giggle and laugh, and there's
Instead of
powering the
scaring them.
whole city.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And that's really what we want to do, isn't it? We want to help people to light up their own lives, to make their can you imagine having everybody, or at least billions of people on this planet, actually having that relationship with the divine and listening to the guidance that spirit has, with the overview that spirit has, and being able to, can you imagine the synchronicities that will happen when we actually get to that point? We can create a new world. And that's why the book is called It Doesn't Have to Be This Way, because there is hope. And I want everybody to understand that there is still hope. We can do this. All we need to do is work on ourselves and can make that connection with the divine and allow the synchronicities to take place. Because minds with far more wisdom than mine, at least, are able to guide us and help us. I mean, good Lord, they help me find vibes. Okay. I mean, you are my people. I absolutely love you all, And so without you, I probably would have went into a depressive funk a long time ago.
Oh, that would have been not great.
Right.
We're super grateful you're at Vibes, first of all.
And I'm
Second of
so
all,
glad to be
to
there.
have you here tonight, sharing this high vibe goodness.
So I did want to hold up a copy of my book. I had to run and get one. Well,
oh, good. Yes. Make
there we
sure
go.
everyone is aware. How can they purchase your book, Marty?
It is on Amazon in both paperback and ebook right now. And if you are in Ogden, Utah, you can get it at Vibes.
Yes, come visit us at the shop.
Yeah. So I do have a Spirit Alliance group on Facebook as well that is starting to grow and take off. And so people are able to join that and keep up with all the goodness of what's going on. And
what is the page? Is it at a Spirit Alliance?
It's just Spirit Alliance,
Okay.
and it's the group. And because I've got a Spirit Alliance page, and the Spirit of Lands group.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, they can get on there and find those as well. So I did have to make a new Instagram page, which
You keep getting hacked.
yeah, and that was part of my own. I don't want to necessarily use the word stupidity, but it probably is appropriate at this point. Maybe naive is the problem, but anyway, I have made a new Instagram page, which is at Marty_Rawson. And I'm starting to post on that. And that one has not been hacked. And it is safe to follow me on that one. So I tried to post the classes that I'm going to have, and to keep everybody going. I'm trying to do online classes as well. When I'm not doing classes at Vibes, for people that might be interested, and been doing different podcasts, and now this deal in Australia. So things are starting to get a little bit exciting, and we're having a lot of fun.
Well, the world is meant to know you, Marty Rawson.
Yeah.
That's right.
You have so much goodness to share.
Thank you. Yeah. I really want to empower people, because that's what Spirit did for me. They helped me to heal my life. They helped me to understand what personal empowerment really was, not what some people might think it is, but what it really is. And they did it in a very loving fashion. And that's what I want to try to help people to do, is to help them stand in their own light, in their own love, and heal their own life, and be that shining beacon that draws and lights up more people. Okay. And that really is
and who you are.
Yeah. And when you actually, and I'm going to use a term here, when you are your authentic self, okay, that's when, and I'm going to steal another one, that's when you're getting real. Okay. And that's the essence of it. I mean,
authenticity is my love language.
Yeah.
So true.
My fave.
So it's a beautiful thing to see when people make comments about the book that, oh, it really helped me, and it's very positive. That means more to me than anything, because when you know that you've assisted someone and they've learned something and that has helped them and they're going in the right direction, it just doesn't get much better than that. So I did try to put in there, enough personal experiences that people can go, okay, wow, that's, maybe unusual, but that's pretty interesting, but also, I know that in my journey, I got really tired of just reading about other people's experiences. And I really wanted to know, okay, so how do I do it? How do I get there? Okay. And so that's why there is so much in there about techniques for working with energy and with spirit, is because I wanted to give people practical things that they can actually use, so that they can do them. And when they realize that, oh my gosh, I just did work with energy, I just did work with spirit. When you have your own experiences, nobody else can ever take that away from you. And you have just started your journey in a very real way. So when you take those first steps and you actually start having those exciting interactions, that's magical.
So magical.
Yeah.
It really is. And then when you share those experiences, especially with the excitement that you share it is contagious, and people want to have those feelings and experiences for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen. So, so yeah, it's been a fun journey.
What?
Did you have a question?
Well, I was just remembering, so known Marty for a few years. I was remembering when Marty was a little resistant to get this book that kept like haunting him, and like it was on the to-do list for I don't even know how long.
A
I was
long
remembering
time.
that how you had to get yourself through that experience of it literally sitting down and writing the book. So
Yeah.
can you tell me or tell the audience a little bit about what that particular experience was like for you, the writing of it?
Oh, well, okay, you're right. First off, I did start writing it many, many times. I actually had one psychic lady who got very angry with me because she literally yelled, "You know what it's like on the other side. How dare you keep that to yourself?" And I
Oh,
said, "Well, nobody wants to hear it. Everybody just tells me to shut up. They don't want to hear it." And she spent the next hour convincing me that I needed to share that. And so
You were
that,
sharing with the right people, apparently.
yeah, apparently my audience choice was not conducive to a good result. But what happened was when I got COVID, I'd been trying to do this many times, but when I got COVID, it really did make me realize that, I may not be here very long.
Hmm.
We never know for sure how long we're going to be around.
Well, and Marty, you
And
didn't have a regular experience with COVID. Yours was quite extreme, and you were in the hospital for quite some time.
yeah,
And
I
did
was.
that have a big factor in how you also contributed to the book?
Yeah, that's really, I mean, I was in the hospital for 33 days. And they didn't have to intubate me, but they told me that that was the only step left that they could do. And that's when I said, "Oh, no, you're not." That's not going to happen. So we did some things and got it all turned around. But it helped me I'm not afraid of going home. Okay. I'm really not, because I've had experiences that I know what that's like, and it's fabulous. Okay. So I have no fear of going home, but I do have, I guess, a feeling that I will not go home until I have accomplished what I'm here to accomplish. And so I'm not going to go home with the job half done or not even started. It's not going to happen. I won't do that.
Do you have a true knowing, like to your core, of what your purpose and intention is here, having an experience?
I do, and I don't really want to actually put that into words right
You don't
now
have to share it. I'm just
because,
wondering, like, some people just don't know. They know they're meant to be here, but they're not sure why. And my question was, do you know? Do you know the reason why you're here specifically?
yeah, and I'm not going to say, when you say specifically, I mean, how tied down do you want to get that?
Well, I'm just
But
curious, just because we're all so different and we have such different beliefs on why we are here
I
having
mean,
this experience.
yeah, to put it probably as well as it needs to be put, I'm here to serve Earth and humanity. And if I can assist with helping people to heal their lives and make that connection with spirit and with the light in a time when humanity is starting to actually wake up and become more and more open to the light and to working with the beings of light and all of this. If I can be a part of that process, that is what I'm here to do. And
I love that.
And I think that's really what we're all here doing.
Yeah.
The
best we know how. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. I kind of detoured you from the question that Natalie asked, so I'll let you get back to it.
So what I did was I'm one of those people that wakes up really early. Okay. And it wasn't by choice. It just happened. I don't know if you've seen the posts of memes of, yeah, we see you awake at 3 o'clock in the morning, those types of things. Well, that's me. Okay. It doesn't matter what time I go to bed. I wake up before 3 o'clock in the morning. And so since I go to work early, that's great 5 days a week. But on the weekends, it, kind of gives you a lot of extra silent time in the morning when everybody else is asleep. And so as soon as I got out of the hospital, and that I knew that I had to start this book. And so I devoted my weekends to simply using those hours in the morning to writing. And so I just sat down, and since I'm not a, shall we say, a classically trained writer, okay, the only way that I could do it was try to just write it down as if I'm talking to my friends and say, okay, this is the story, and this is how it is. And what do I really want to say? What does my heart and soul really want to say and put out there? And so there's many experiences that I've had that are not in the book. Some of them actually, because even though there's some fantastic stuff in there that a lot of people will find hard to believe, there's other stuff that I didn't put in there that they might find even harder to believe, because we've had some wonderful, amazing experiences. And so you have to decide, what is it you want to say? What do you want to get across? What will be in the highest good of the people that are going to read this? And so I tried to cover a lot of different things, and you'll notice the chapters do cover quite a range of information. I even have one chapter on Ayurveda and dealing with stress, because, well, pretty stressful times,
Yeah.
and, so it was a labor of love and trying to get out, okay, what do I want to say that will do the most good, so that I can actually say I accomplished something.
Did you feel guided in this process? Did you have higher realm help, or?
Oh, I don't think I do anything without a higher realm help. I don't take any credit for almost anything I do. They, because, yeah, I've put in a lot of work personally, but at the same time, I constantly ask Spirit to guide me, especially, even before this podcast. Would you please guide me, overlight me, help me to share what is in the highest good of all the people that are listening and everything else? Help me say the things that will touch their hearts, that will inspire them to, really help heal their lives and move in the right direction. So when I would sit down to write, I would ask Spirit to help me, help me with this subject. What do you want me to say? And I did have to go through and do a lot of editing. Okay. There were a few things that I went back and read and went, oh, wow, I don't know what kind of mood I was in that day, but that's got to go.
I got it out, but that's still got to go out.
Yeah. So, and there's there's a lot of topics covered. And so I tried to deal with them, some of them that weren't necessarily the most positive of topics. I still tried to deal with in as good a method as I could.
Sure.
To where it wasn't negative, but to show people that, yeah, we are in a drastic situation with this earth and with everything that's going on. We really have to change our society. We have to rethink the way we're doing everything, because none of this is working. I don't know a single system on this planet that is working right now. And the thing is that we have people that are smart enough to change it.
Mm-hmm.
We can do better. We just have to start having the dialogue. And that's why I keep saying in the book, I say, I don't claim to have the answers, but somebody has to start the dialogue. And so let's start talking about how we can change things for the better.
Now that you brought this up, Marty, I don't know if I've asked you in past visits, but what are some of the ways that you feel that we could begin those conversations or raise the vibration? Because we know that's what it's going to take to shift what is happening on our planet. But I think when people have that new knowledge or awareness, they are like, but I'm just one person. How can I make a difference?
Well, first off, start locally. Okay. We're not going to be able to, you and I are not going to be able to drive to Washington, D.C. and change Congress. Okay. Probably not going to happen, not going to work very well. But there might be things in your neighborhood that will help the planet. There might be things in your local city or town that you can affect the policies and how things are done. You might want to get involved with your school board. You might want to get involved with whatever it is. Everybody, that's the beauty about it, is that everybody has different interests. Follow your own interests and go and get involved at a local level and try to change things for the highest good of all concerned. We don't have a single thing. There's not a single nation on this planet that actually has institutions and departments of their governments that truly work for the highest good of all concerned. They work for the filthy rich, and that's about it. And I'm more concerned with developing a system worldwide that works for the people. I want something that works for the highest good of the people. So, because can you imagine what it would be like to live in a world where everybody had access to food, medicine, and education? Can you imagine the problems that would go away, that would disappear? There would be no reason for wars. There would be no, and we could do that. We have the ability to change our systems, but we have to do it. We have to start with ourselves, and then we have to start with our groups, and we have to build up from there. When people see that you are succeeding, they might try to emulate what you're doing in their neighborhood. Okay? So you don't have to get out there and try to change the entire world all at once. Do what you can in your little corner. Start with yourself, then your home, then your community. And just let it keep growing. And look for what other people are doing. And the more that we all share ideas about how we're changing things, our education system needs to change, our healthcare, our money system, our judicial system. There's not a single one of them that doesn't have to be changed drastically in order to work for the people. And it's really not that hard. You just have to be willing to talk about it, and you need people to be at least willing to discuss what the changes might be. Does that make sense? So
it makes
so
sense to me.
big, though.
It is so big, yeah.
That's why you start small.
Well, I definitely can see that if your home isn't running as efficiently as it could, if you personally are like having a lot of debt, or you're just like that stuff, you bring that stuff in line, you change the way you're looking at your little world, and you make some adjustments that way.
Yeah.
You can't manage your own like financial situation. How would you go to manage a bigger financial situation? Or if you can't run your own education within your own home, there's things like that that are very practical and very close to you, personal,
Right.
that would be a excellent place to start.
Yeah.
And then it brings it really home, and it's not trying to like overhaul the world. Because if you overhaul the world, but your internal world isn't running like that, you're just going to be overhauling the world with what you've got inside of you.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to be putting out more, lower frequency stuff. I'll put it that way.
Yep. If your internal vibration isn't
Yeah.
running that high.
Yeah. So you simply start with yourself, just like
forgiveness. Try with that forgiveness exercise.
There you go. Yeah. So,
Marty, with the climate of the planet and everything that's going on and your ability to communicate with spirit as you do, are there any main messages that are coming through to you about the future of our planet and what that will look like?
what I have been able to get so far is do not despair, but you do need to get up and get busy. And if everybody just simply works on themselves, that right there would do so much to change our world. We've got so many people right now that are angry and looking to blame others and doing all of this. We need to take a step back, heal your own life, and take it step by step. There is hope. They don't want us to lose hope, because when you feel that there is absolutely no hope, then people quit and people just, the whole thing just falls apart. That is not what we need to do right now. We need to be standing up, brushing our sleeves off, and getting to work, because now's the time that we really must do that. We have waited long enough. And so it is, in a sense, a call to arms, not in the way that phrase is usually meant, okay? But to stand up in your own light, work on yourself, and go forward and try to be a more positive influence on the world. You know, again, that universal law of transmutation. If you add more negativity to it, you're just going to get more negative. Okay, so try to work with people that are acceptable to your love and your light, and help them to share it and let it grow. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. I think a lot of people feel like that it's easier said than done.
It is. You have to start every day over again.
Right. And I think that's it, right? We give up so easily. Like, it's too hard. I can't do that. And we don't realize the impact that one little movement can make, and then continuing those one little movements over and over again.
Yeah.
What a huge ripple effect that can occur because of that. We just give up too easily. We don't see instant change or whatever. We have a perception of that, what that needs to look like, and because of that, we're just like, yeah, it's what I'm doing isn't really making a big difference. I'm only one person.
Well, a lot of people try to say that one person can't change the world, but I disagree with that, because there's been a lot of times throughout history that single individuals have made a huge impact on this planet.
You're right.
And, you know, as long as we don't give up, we're going to win. So never give up. Being a soldier, a warrior, or whatever you want to call I don't really like those terms used with the light, but if you're going to be a warrior of the light, you have to get back up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Get up. Again, no matter how many times you're knocked down, get back up.
Right.
And just take one more step forward and just refuse to stop.
Yeah.
When you never ever give up, that is unbeatable. And and I promise you, and this is, it doesn't have to be on a global scale, but just in my own life, and I know you ladies can back this up, when you actually make that connection with the divine and you start getting their guidance and assistance in your everyday life, the synchronicities start to happen. The magic starts to happen.
Absolutely.
And you start feeling happier and going, oh my gosh, this is working. I'm having my experiences with spirit. Okay. So it doesn't have to be on a global scale. Just by changing your own reality, because that's who you are, you can do that. You can change everything about your life. And I don't even live in the same world that I used to way back when.
Right.
We
have those conversations completely different. And that's the point, right? We're meant to grow and evolve and not stay in those places.
Yes.
And you said it earlier, how we all signed up to be here on earth at this time. Like there's a reason, there's a purpose why each and every one of us is here having this human experience right now.
Yes.
And it is up to us to change the vibration and to change the climate of what is happening here and now.
Right.
Like we knew that coming into it. And so many of us are giving up and throwing our hands up in the air, forgetting our greatness and our power and what our purpose is.
Well, I think in some ways it can be really easy if you get caught up in like a global perspective or too far away from like your own community, in your own space. It's easy to pull that in because we can read news and there's so much information available these days that we get awash in that and then forget that it's really about where your body is.
Right.
So I often will, I think I came into this life to incarnate it into this body, and this is my one opportunity to be Natalie Peace. This is this incarnation. I get to be that character, and that's my job. I'm 100% qualified to do that. So each person, you're 100% qualified to be that character that you took on when you were born and in that life. And those are the cards that you're dealt, and that's what you're playing with. And that's where the focus really can be. We can get really pulled off thinking, okay, do we need to change the war that's in a whole nother country? Do we need to change the political landscape? Do we need to change our politicians in DC? No. It's really be you
Right.
as deeply as you can, as brightly as you can. And if that means going through forgiveness, unpacking your baggage, that's what that means.
Yes.
Exactly.
Amen.
Exactly.
Amen. And follow your own heart. If you're wondering what your path is, what you need to do, follow your own heart. Look at the things that you're passionate about and
the things that bring you joy.
Yeah.
Right.
And
that is what the high vibration is. That's what we're here to experience as humans.
We try to make it so much more difficult than it is.
I know.
Well, we're human. We overcomplicate everything.
Yeah.
That's what we're good at. But we're better at joy, at love, all of those higher vibrational things. It's just remembering, just coming back to our true self.
Right. And life does get dark. I mean, I deal with people in some pretty dark places, but remembering that it isn't all dark. There's life to be had as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Marty, as always, it's been such a pleasure to have you here with us.
And it has been my pleasure to be here with you. So
it's so good. Yeah. One more time, let's remind everyone how they can grab your book and get be a part of your group and future teachings and events and all the things that they can see from you.
All right. Well, my book is It Doesn't Have to Be This Way, a Spirit Alliance. And that is on Amazon, both in paperback and ebook form. And I do want to plug Vibes one more time. If you're locally here in Ogden, you can just go on down to Vibes and they carry it. On Facebook, I do have a Spirit Alliance group that is growing, and we have just an absolutely wonderful group of people that have joined up, and it's very supportive. It's totally inclusive. If you are a human being on this planet that has an interest in spirituality and you want a safe place to talk, share experiences, or ask questions, you are absolutely welcome to join our group, and you'll find a very supportive, loving group to share your experiences and ask questions from. And there's a lot of experience there. So really, I feel just fantastic about the group of people that have been drawn to join. I love them all.
You are a beacon of light, Marty.
And so thank you. Yeah. And then I'm trying to get Instagram going again. So,
well, if they follow you on those other platforms, then I'm sure you'll make the announcement and they can follow suit.
Yeah. So I guess that's about all I've got going on there.
Great.
And,
well, thank you once again for being here. We'll definitely have you back. You're a favorite guest of the show. We definitely get requests to have you. So we'll be seeing you again shortly.
Okay.
And thanks again for being here with us tonight.
Hey, thank you much. Love you both. Let's see.
And
Much
to
love
the
to
rest
you.
of you, our wanderers, thank you so much for spending your time with us tonight. As always, we wouldn't be here without you. You guys are seriously the best. We're here every Wednesday night live from 6 to 8 p.m. Mountain, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern on kgradb.com. Until then, be good to yourself and be good to each other. Good night, everyone.
Have a good one.